I have made a lot of money mistakes in my business, and I'll be real with you. I'm probably going to make a lot more because I am still learning and still growing as an online business owner. But I have learned a lot so far, and so today I want to walk you through the 5 money mistakes that I have made and that I don't make anymore, and what I do instead to keep more of the money that I make online in my pocket and in my business. Insert typical disclaimer here. None of this is financial advice. None of this is business advice. This is just my own experience, what I've done, what I've changed, what mistakes I've made. Take all of it with a grain of salt. Always make decisions that are going to be best for you, and when in doubt, consult an actual professional. For some context, I have been making money online for almost 3 years now. My first side hustle or income stream was through print on demand, selling physical products on Etsy. Today, I have 2 shops that bring in an income into my business, as well as I make money through content creation. I have a course and a membership and affiliate income and sponsorships. Overall, I just have a ton of different income streams now. I've really diversified over the last 3 years, but every single dollar that I make in my business, all I need to make it is a Wi-Fi connection. So all of my money is made online. When I first started to even try to make money online, I just did not take it serious from the get-go. I treated it in my mind as this is going to just be a little side hustle. If I make money from it, cool. If I don't, whatever. But I was very nonchalant about it. I told myself,
It's just a side hustle. Why complicate things? I don't need separate accounts or anything like that.
wrong. That mindset made absolutely everything harder. My side hustle actually started bringing in money, and it all quickly started getting very blended together because I was just using my personal checking account to pay for the production in my print on demand business. And then the deposits, the income that I was bringing in was also just coming right into my personal checking account. So as you can imagine, that got messy very, very quickly. I didn't have a clear picture as to what belonged to my business as well as what belonged just to my personal account. And at first that didn't really matter to me, to be honest. I didn't really understand why it needed to matter to me until come tax time, when I realized that that's when it really matters. And we want to have some separation so that everything is being filed and taxed and taken care of properly. That's where the headache came in. I ended up bringing on a bookkeeper just to sort through my books for the October to December that I had started this first business of mine. And it cost me way, way more to sort everything because there was many more transactions that this individual had to go through. They were sorting through the business and the personal expenses that I was paying for, which took more time, which means I had to pay them more money. It probably would have saved me, actually not even probably, it would have saved me thousands of dollars to have already just had this sorted out in the beginning, whether that was getting a business credit card or even just having a separate checking account to filter just my business transactions. For a while, when it came to paying myself, I was just winging it. I would get a little bit of money in, I would take a little bit of money out, and that was just the structure of it. And then I actually read this book, Profit First, which if you are an online business owner, if you're a business owner in general, I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. It taught me this method of profit first. Very simply broken down, this method involves setting aside your profit first and then running your business off of the remaining amount in the account. This meant that I also had to get a good understanding of what I was going to be paying myself, as opposed to just this little sporadic method of just kind of taking money as it came in. And it made me for the first time be very, very clear and start treating my income in my business like it was an actual business. I feel like we're kind of getting to a theme here where I just didn't take it serious in the beginning. And I think when we're starting an online side hustle, it almost doesn't get the same respect as if you were starting like a brick and mortar business mentally. I feel like we just treat it like it is just this little side thing and that it doesn't need to have all of these logistics, which I know the logistics just aren't sexy to talk about. But if you are making money online, logistics are important. And so overall, this book is what inspired me to sort out my finances in my business a little bit differently. And so that actually brings us to Relay, which is kindly sponsoring this video. Relay is an online business banking and money management platform. So what I did within my business and what's really easy to set up within Relay is have separate buckets or separate checking accounts that are all allocated to different funds or different chunks of money within your business. With Relay, you are able to open up to 20 checking accounts. So you can truly have a bucket or a checking account for absolutely anything that your mind could think of. For me personally, I have accounts for profit, I have accounts for taxes, operating expenses, and what I call owner's pay, which is my pay in my business. You could also create accounts for things like payroll as you're hiring employees. That's something that I eventually would love to do in my business. Oh, another checking account that I actually added in is a software checking where any type of subscription or monthly fee that I'm paying for in my business gets taken out of that. It helps me be a lot more hyper aware of the money that I am spending on subscriptions, what those costs are, what that looks like, and lets me know where I might want to dial it back a little bit. Another account that I actually forgot to mention is that I now have what I call my reserve account, and this is where I keep 6 months of my pay, of my salary, and it's just kind of like that safety net in my business. If stuff hit the fan, then I would have at least 6 months of reserve to still pay myself and figure things out. Because Relay is a profit first partner, they make it actually incredibly easy to follow this method. You are able to set up auto transfers so that this is already being applied to your funds and to your business without you really having to overthink it. It really takes the guesswork out of profit first. I don't overspend, and I can very transparently see what is mine to keep. I will leave a link in the description box below if Relay is something that you want to check out for your business. And also let me know in the comments down below, have you read this book? Have you read Profit First? I'm curious if anybody else has heard of this or uses this method in their business. Now, as my business has grown, so have my tax payments. I'm at a point now in my business where I do pay my taxes quarterly, but even with that, there are chunks of the year where I just have lump sums of money that is really going to be paid to taxes, and I can't really be doing anything with it, just sitting around and doing nothing. For the longest time, when I first started my business, I would just leave that money just sitting in a regular checking account. And now what I do is I don't put that money into the regular checking account for that payment until it is time to make that payment. Where I keep that money prior to is in a high yield savings account. If I pull it up on my phone, I want to show you just how much interest I have earned this year from having a high yield savings account. I'll pop this up on the screen here, but my interest year to date is $1,402.89. That is essentially free money. It is money that I've earned just because I've been saving money, which I'll take that. $1,400? Shoot, yeah, that's amazing. So instead of that cash just sitting around waiting to make payments, it's sitting somewhere that it can actually earn me more income in my business. And this is something honestly super simple that absolutely anybody can do. There are tons of different banks and options for high yield savings accounts. The rates sometimes can change for who has the best rate at the time for a high yield savings account. I personally do use Ally. This is not sponsored by Ally in any shape, way, or form. It's just what I personally use. And so I'll put a link in the description box below. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that. Like I said, this isn't sponsored by Ally, but it is just what I personally use. As you know, and you can probably already tell from many of the mistakes that I've shared thus far in the video, when I first started my business, I did it scrappy. I had no systems, I had no structure or anything like that when I was first beginning. And when I first started realizing that I needed to have some more organization, I tried to do all of my own bookkeeping. Don't recommend that unless you enjoy something like that. But I really found it hard. I didn't enjoy it. It was boring. It was tedious. And it was a task that I was doing in my business that wasn't actually growing my business, where I felt like my time would be much more valuably spent in areas that I know could help make me more income. So what I did was hire a bookkeeper. This is typically a little bit of a larger expense. However, I think it is one that is worth it as your business is starting to grow. I will say any type of money that I've ever invested into financial advice and help or legal advice and help has never been a investment that I've regretted. It gives me peace of mind. It helps me understand how to do things properly. It has helped me learn my mistakes that I'm sharing in this video. And I find that just sometimes the smartest way to keep more money in your business is by spending it in the right places, which for me, one of them has been bookkeeping. Whether you're just starting to make money online or maybe you've been making money online for some time, let me know what you've learned so far in your journey in the comments. If you want to check out Relay, again, I'll have a link for it in the description box below. And if this was helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, boop the subscribe button for more videos about online income and building a life that you love. And as always, I hope that you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.